Evening, councillors. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all those members of the public that have attended this evening. Welcome. Nice to see you here. To do a bit of health and safety first of all. You've heard it all before, you're going to hear it again. There are several fire exits. There's one over in that corner there. There's one out through that door there. And if you can't get out of either of those, you collect in the lift shaft, which will be quite cosy, and you wait to be rescued at that stage. Fire safe point. When you leave the building, please collect up in the car park, which is behind the police station, on the west side of the car park, and we'll have a roll call to make sure that you're out of the building. Please switch your phones to silent and your mobile devices to silent as well, so that we don't get interrupted during the meeting. Okay, the first item on the agenda is apologies for absence, declaration of substitute members. First of all, apologies from James Corrigan. He can't be here this evening, he has another engagement.
We've got apologies from Councillor Lambert and Councillor Adamiji.
Okay, thank you very much. Item 2, disclosure of interest. To deal with any disclosure by members of any disclosable pecuniary interests and interests other than pecuniary interests as defined under the Seaford Town Council Code of Conduct and the Localism Act 2011 in relation to items on the agenda.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to declare a non-pecuniary interest insofar as I'm a member of the Seaford Time Bar Society, who are one of the grant applicants.
Okay, but I don't think you're involved in the cash side of it. Okay. Thank you. Item 3, public participation. To deal with any questions relating to agenda items only, or brief representations from members of the public in accordance with Standing Order 3 and Seaford Town Council policy. None? Wow. That's a first.
You're doing all right.
Thank you. Okay, item 4, finance report. To consider report 3816 regarding receipts, payments and bank reconciliations for February, March, April and May 2016, pages 2 and 7, and B, to consider report 3916 regarding the council budget position for the period 1st of April 2015 to 31st of March 2016 and April 2016 to May 2016, pages 8 to 37. Hope you all received the amendment to the recommendations on page 2, which changed the, under item 3, total payments were not 576,000, they were 414,863 and 05 pence. Do you agree with that amendment? Otherwise the agenda is as is. So, we've got 4 recommendations. To note, total receipts were 231,069 and 74 pence. The total payments were 94,824 and 90 pence for February 2016, with a balance to carry forward of 519,715 pounds and 89 pence. To note, total receipts were 157,346 pounds and 62 pence. Total payments of 173,648 and 68 pence for March 2016, with a balance to carry forward of 503,413 pounds and 83 pence. 3. To note, total receipts were 488,303 pounds and 70 pence. Total payments of 414,863 pounds and 05 pence. And to note, total receipts, April 2016, a balance to carry forward of 576,854 pounds and 48. And 4. To note, total receipts were 121,549 pounds 35. Total payments of 129,017 pounds and 24 pence for May 2016, with a balance to carry forward of 569,386 pounds and 58 pence. Yes, Councillor.
Could you repeat that? Alternatively, perhaps may I propose that we note points 1 to 4?
Thank you. Seconder?
Can I make a comment?
Yes? Oh, right, okay, we've had the first and second, you can make a comment.
I wanted to make a comment too, rather than something.
Yeah, 1.8 of course applies here, that as yet that May has not yet been checked and verified.
Right, it has actually been checked and verified, I signed it yesterday.
Right.
That was the position when the minutes were written.
Right.
Yes, Councillor.
I'm new boy here, so forgive me if
Oh, good evening,
I'm speaking out. Thank you. I just went through the cash book today, and there's a couple of things I think probably difficult off the top of your heads to comment on them. I'm particularly interested in payments to councillors, because at the moment we're having an issue with regard to expenses and payments for services and so on to councillors, because we're not reimbursed expenses. It's town council policy not to do so. There's a payment to Councillor Paul Franklin. I know he's not on this council. It's £150. It says office safe. Does anybody, can you remember what that was particularly?
I think that was the safe for the golf course.
It's the safe that he provided.
You provided for the golf
Okay.
course.
And were tenders put out in the normal way, etc. You know.
I don't think we need to do that for our payment of 150.
Okay, too low.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And the only other point I'd like to make is I see that on the cash book there are additions of or references to approximately £150, £200 a month petty cash receipts to reimburse the float. Presumably you've got the receipts for those.
Oh yes. Yeah,
we
they
can
can
look
be
at those.
provided at any time.
And they're actually signed off by two councillors as well before the checks are signed off.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any other queries? So we've had a proposer and a seconder. Yep. All those in favour of accepting? Anybody against? Abstain, carried. Thank you. If we go on to the agenda item number 4B, which is on page 8, which is the to inform members of the income expenditure financial year 2000 and 2016, the first two periods of the new financial year, 31st of May 2016, compared to the annual budget. We recommended to approve the report. You've all read it through, I hope. Are there any questions on it? Would somebody like to propose that we approve the report? Nobody? Councillor Latham, seconded. Councillor Hayder, all those in favour? Anybody against? Abstention? One abstention. Thank you. Okay, the last item on the agenda is the grant applications for 2016-17. These have already gone to a working group of councillors which was convened last week. Last week? The week before, I forget. And they've made their recommendations of how they see the small grant and the large grant. Some of them have been cut back, and I think the object was to try and save some money for the council. Yes, Councillor.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I'd just like it noted that I wasn't actually present at the working group meeting for
No,
this.
I wasn't either, and I should have been, but extenuated circumstances.
That's why I'm excluding the meeting, because that place for ministers, Chair.
Right.
Thank you.
I think something went wrong with the invitations to that working group, because I wasn't there either. Who was actually there? Do we know?
There were 3 councillors and the CFO, sorry, the RFO.
It was emailed out to everybody on the committee.
It was,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can confirm, Chair, I got an email for it. Unfortunately, I have to be a representation from the outside body, not representing the council.
When did the email go out?
Probably about 3 weeks previously.
Yeah, probably before I did the question.
I think it was.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that's probably why I
It
didn't.
went out about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, are there any comments on the grants? Councillor Green? No? Honeyman? Councillor Honeyman?
I was just to say I was on the working group and I say it had a fair debate on everything, so it was well talked about and balanced out with the town clerk sort of chairing that particular aspect. So we all three of us plus the town clerk, we sort of came to agreement on the figures effectively.
Okay. Well, all the members of the committee, you've had a chance to read through them, I hope, by now. So, you know exactly what grants being awarded to who and how much. It's all sort of specified in there. Councillor Gordon?
Yeah, sorry, Chair. Working groups cannot form decisions, Chair.
No, they didn't form a decision, they made a recommendation.
Oh,
And what we're doing now is asking the committee to accept that recommendation.
Should we abstain from the vote, Chair? Thank you.
Is that, yeah?
We were told that a lot of this stuff was put forward by professional fundraisers.
Yes.
And there was one particular one that asked for funding. It's got £41 million in reserve.
Yeah. That happens every year.
That's what
I'm
we've
afraid
told,
it's,
yeah.
it's kind of, you get, they hide up sometimes under different umbrellas, but when you look back at their history, you find that they're sort of big London conglomerates and all that sort of thing. So that's one of the reasons why some of the grants might not be agreed. Any other comments on this?
Yeah, I noticed one or two got nothing at all. And I really wondered what the criteria was for that. Because some of them seem to be quite deserving causes, but
Well, Home Start East Sussex is a Sussex-wide organisation, and they have quite a large staff, and they do quite a lot of canvassing. So, the working group agreed that they should not give them a grant. So,
So it's in the grants policy that if they don't provide a constitutional.
all right, yeah, they
then-
haven't provided
yeah.
a constitution. No, it says that.
So that's unfortunately that's.
That discounts them immediately.
right,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
What about starting on the page 41, Crossway Church? One couldn't expect a church to have a constitution.
But also within the grants policy, we don't actually award grants to a church.
Although they might be used by outside.
Then it should be the outside group actually applying for the grant.
Right, okay.
Just to help the council was doing with last year there was one for the Methodist Church in Chiltern, and that was refused because of the religious thing, and so it is quite fairly decided.
That particular
Yeah, unconsidered. Sorry, can I just ask please, Chair, about page 42 with regard to Super Choral Society? It may be a delicate area, I just want to clarify that. You've got no actual amount requested, yet they've been awarded £150.
I think that's probably a typo, isn't it?
That was a time.
And also on the last page, under Seeability and St Wilfrid's Hospice, there's no conditions in the right-hand column under comments, and those conditions should be exactly the same as the other conditions in, let's have a look here, probably under Seaford Bonfire Society on their homepage, etc. So they will be displaying the fact that they were supported by Seaford Town Council. It's just an omission in the title. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Chair.
Any other queries? Well, we might want to accept them en bloc. Would you like to make a proposition? Thank you. Councillor seconded. Councillor Hayder. Those in favour? Against? and one abstention.
Two abstentions.
Sorry?
Two abstentions, because I wasn't here.
Oh, okay, fine, yeah, all right, two abstentions. So that is carried then, 6-2. Well, I mean, that must be one of the shortest finance meetings we've ever had, Barry.
I believe it is.
Thank you. I declare the meeting closed at 7:15.